Hi, we're Grace and Josh from Shire Marketing Specialists working in partnership with Uncover the Cotswolds. In this module, we're going to explain how you can maximise your website through a website audit and also how to ensure your website is in line with your branding.
So, why do you need to audit your website? Well, conducting a site audit is the first step in identifying any website issues that you may have. Because no matter how well optimized your website is, there is still likely to be some issues that need to be addressed. These can include technical SEO issues, slow page speed, duplicate content, broken links, or anything that could be preventing your website from getting all the traffic and conversions that it truly deserves. Here's why you should audit your site on a regular basis and how to conduct a comprehensive site audit the right way. In the same way that your car needs to go in for its MOT, the health of your website can deteriorate over time without proper servicing. So, identifying and fixing problems with your website early on saves expensive repairs down the line, and it ensures optimal performance. The purpose of a website audit is to give web developers a complete and detailed analysis into their site's health, performance, and speed. Assessing these areas will give you a full picture of the current effectiveness of your site. It will show you where you may be able to further optimize and improve your site and identify issues that could be causing damage to your site's health.
There are different types of website audits. Broadly speaking, a website audit is a full analysis of factors that impact a website's visibility for search engines and ease of use for users. But a full website audit is not always necessary. Below are some of the most common types of audit and tips on when you may require one. Technical audit. Whilst good quality content and backlinks will help get your site ranked, if there's a technical problem, all your efforts will be wasted. Technical audits focus on best practice for site visibility and ensures that your website meets all search engine requirements for crawling and indexing. Common issues that we tend to pick up in the technical SEO audits we carry out include duplicate page titles, not enough content on a page, and headings not being formatted properly, to name just a few. If your website refuses to rank well on Google, then a technical audit to understand why is a good place to start.
SEO audit. An SEO audit measures how well your website is optimized for search. This can include analysing keywords, link profiles, traffic behaviour, goal conversions, metadata, and image and video optimization. There are also many technical aspects that will need to be audited. Now, opposite to what some people believe, there is no silver bullet in SEO. With hundreds of ranking factors affecting your website's performance in search results, an audit will help you set you on the right path. Google is constantly working to produce the best and most relevant search results for its users, so it's important to keep up with them. An audit produced with the tools and knowledge to uncover the right issues will give invaluable insight to your business.
Content audit. Whilst content is often reviewed as part of an SEO audit, standalone content audits can also be insightful, delivering strong insights into what messaging and tone of voice is converting and what isn't. If you're having a rebrand or merging with a new business, for example, having a new website built as well, a content audit is essential for ensuring your brand identity remains consistent. When conducting a content audit, you'll not only be able to ensure your tone of voice reflects who you are as a business, but also identify what content is driving conversions and what could do with a refresh. Other smaller, more targeted audits include a user experience audit, a backlink audit, a code or markup audit, social media audit, we've got a module on this one, conversion rate audit, and competitor audit.
So how do you conduct a website audit? Well, conducting a website audit is a lot of work, even for SEO pros like us. And some issues you may find during your website audit are, you may find that your users can't navigate your website properly. When you're looking at your own website all day, every day, you'll have no problem navigating around the site, and this makes it easy to overlook any problems a user may have.
Some things that you may find on a hard to navigate website include too many items in the navigation bar. Instead of listing all your services in one place, try to organise them appropriately in drop-downs. Keep the amount of tabs in your main menu to a minimum. Overlinking. Users should not have to click more than 3 times to reach their desired page. This also applies to search engines, which are less likely to crawl hard to reach pages. Every page should have a clear way to return to the home page, so that could be a clickable logo or an easy to see home button. There shouldn't be an overload of information on the home page because this will dilute any useful information you have on there. If there's no search function, this is bad because users want to be able to find things easily on your websites, especially when it comes to e-commerce. It could be hard to contact you. Think social icons, your phone number with clickable mobile functionality, clear address and email address. And the frustrating full screen sign up now pop-up before your user has even made it past the home page. All of these things are likely to turn users off and push them away from your website. User testing as part of your audit is an effective method of ensuring your website is user-friendly. It generally involves users recording their screens and fulfilling specified tasks on your website and feeding back on the process. For example, navigate to the blog or book a room.
Identifying SEO problems. Now, undeniably, there is some often confusing overlap between what may be considered to be technical issues, on-page SEO issues, and off-page SEO issues. In reality, all of these issues can affect SEO in one way or another. Here, we're discussing the SEO category to include anything not covered in the technical section of the site audit. There are the components that are most commonly associated with SEO versus a standard website audit. Common issues identified with an SEO audit include duplicate short, long or missing title tags, duplicate long or missing meta descriptions, missing or duplicate image alt text or title text, Google Analytics code missing, presence or absence of H2, H3, etc. headings. Now, the site auditor will specify which issues need to be addressed and how. This could mean rewriting your page titles, writing longer meta descriptions, adding H2s and more. While they may seem insignificant, all of these issues play a role in your site SEO. You will also want to make sure that you're targeting your focus keywords correctly by including them in your title tags, meta descriptions example. Some site audit tools will check for keyword cannibalization. This lets you know if you are targeting the same keyword on multiple pages and in turn hindering your ranking abilities. If you have any issues finding and fixing SEO problems, just contact us for some assistance.
Now, the breadth of SEO means that this covers a whole host of things, all of which can be uncovered and rectified by a site audit. The basic checks to make sure your website is properly optimized include areas for optimization in content. Thin, useless content will need updating, redirecting, or removing. Images not being properly tagged. This is how search engines know what the image is showing. Meta issues, ensuring all pages have unique and relevant metadata. Headers, ensuring H1s, 2s and 3s are used properly throughout the site. Mobile responsiveness, making mobile traffic now outnumbers desktop traffic. You need to make sure your site functions properly on mobiles and tablets. URL structures, ensuring all your pages have a proper URL structure. Indexability, ensuring that all relevant pages on your website are indexable and blocking those that do not need to be indexed. For example, a thank you page. Duplicate content, identifying and rectifying any pages with similar or identical content. And broken links, both external and internal 404s will need to be redirected or rectified.
Now, if your website takes longer to load than just a few seconds, you'll probably see a higher bounce rate and slower pages per session. More importantly, Google knows that people don't like to wait for sites to load. and have indicated that site speed is a ranking factor, meaning that sites that take longer to load could find themselves being pushed down in the search engine results pages. You can test your site speed using Google's own page speed tool, which will help give you insights into the current level of optimization for your website. During an audit, the most common reasons for site speed being too high will be identified. These often include properly formatting and compressing images. So those huge 2 megabyte images that are cooped up in your blog post will definitely be slowing it down. Reducing the amount of redirects. This creates additional HTTP requests and slows down load time.
Analyze design and user experience. Many SEO site audit tools will analyze your website's design and overall user friendliness, also referred to as UX. Both the design of the site and the UX are important when it comes to how users interact with your site, how you communicate with the customer while on page, for example, using live chat, how long they stay on your site, and whether they convert into paying customers. Components such as site navigation and page depth will indicate whether your site is easy to use and how easy it is for them to find information on your site.
Make it easy for users to find what they're looking for. Because if your site navigation uses confusing terms, your content is buried deep in your website, or your design is all in all just clunky, it can make for poor user experience. This can often frustrate users, making them leave your website before ever making a purchase or filling out a form. Conduct a site audit to find any design and user experience issues. You can work with a specialist or a web designer to optimize your site conversions. Assess website content. Having great content is such an important component of SEO, as well as actually converting users on your website. It's not a place to cut corners. A thorough site audit will identify which pages are ranking for your focus keywords and which pages may not be ranking at all. It will also identify any pages that will have shallow content or duplicate content. Duplicate content refers to content that may be too similar to other pieces of content on your website.
Ideally, every page on your website will serve a specific purpose, so the content on those pages will be written to match. Google can see duplicate content as an indication that the content may not be particularly helpful to users or that the web designer has not taken the time to write unique content. Some best practices for SEO content include adhering to the overall page goal and purpose, making it concise and helpful to users. Make sure the content is well researched and has keywords that are also very well researched. Content is well organised and structured according to SEO best practices. Make sure there are no spelling or grammar mistakes. No filler content, making sure that all content is serving a purpose. The content including helpful bullet points, numbered lists and pictures as needed. Making sure the content is optimised for mobile. Including internal links to relevant pages and external links to reputable websites. Making sure the content is unique and isn't duplicated or plagiarised.
Right, so it's really important to generate a checklist of all your site issues. The last step of conducting a site audit includes generating a comprehensive checklist of all the issues that you have found and that need to be fixed. Most tools create a digital report for you to check off online, along with basic instructions on how to fix the issues. You can also share the checklist with other members of your team or with the SEO agency you're working with, or you can print out the report for a physical copy. Having a checklist of all technical SEO, design and content issues makes it easy to take track of what work needs to be done. This way you'll have an agenda for where to focus your SEO efforts and can be sure not to miss any important details.
You want to peak on your competitors. Knowing what online strategies your competitors are carrying out is paramount to staying on top of your industry, and a good site audit should include some competitor analysis. This will start with identifying your main competitors, if you don't already know them, and almost running a mini audit on them, including their content, social activities, targeted keywords, backlinks, and organic paid search activity. Analysing your competitors gives you the information needed to give you an idea of where you stand in comparison to them, allowing you to alter and improve your online strategy if that is what's necessary to become more successful than them.
Okay, so how often should you have your site audited? Well, we recommend an annual audit for small websites and a biannual audit for larger websites. Additionally, a site audit should be carried out after a site goes live to rectify any immediate issues and increase the speed of which the site becomes indexed. In conclusion then, well, conducting a regular site audit is an important responsibility when it comes to optimising your website. A regular scheduled audit provides a benchmark for future improvements, taking the time to identify all website issues as they come up. This means you can stay on top of your website maintenance before it becomes too much to manage. It also means you can tackle any problems one issue at a time and be sure that your website is set up for SEO success.
Need a hand? Site audits are invaluable, but they take time and require expert guidance to be effective. If you think it's time for your site's MOT or you've noticed a big drop in traffic and rankings, we can help. We understand that no two site audits are the same, so we'll tailor yours to suit your goals.
Okay, well, this next section of the module is designed to help you brand your website and make it stand out from the competition. If you don't need any help with your website branding, then please feel free to end the video here, but do make sure that you go back and take a look at the other modules that are available to help you improve your digital skills.
Tips for branding your website. Most of us know that creating a website is a fundamental part of any small business strategy. A website establishes your company's online presence and is an important resource for attracting leads and guiding customers through the sales funnel. It's more than likely you've been to at least one website that has made you think, wow, this is awesome. But you've also been to a lot more that were just frustrating, slow, clunky, or worse, not even there. You see, website branding is about a lot more than logos and colours. Branding is more than aesthetics, and the same is true for your website. Your website must be more than aesthetically pleasing. It must radiate your brand. It must feel like a natural extension of the DNA of your brand. If it doesn't, it will always feel like an afterthought to the worst possible crowd, your customers. While there may be hundreds of websites selling similar products or services, your brand identity can set you apart from the pack and make your offering feel more unique. There are several ways to ensure your branding shines through your website, depending on your goals. This section of the module is designed to help you brand your website and stand out from the competition.
Well, first up, it's really important to have a clear goal for your brand's websites. Websites are created for different reasons, and understanding why you're building one is the first step towards developing a brand having maximum impact at first glance. It's a great idea to consider the following. Why do you need a website? What is your goal? What is your value proposition? What factors set you apart from your competition? These questions may not cover every element and feature, but they can help you crystallise your values and form an angle to approach your branding.
Invest in a good logo for your brand. Your logo is one of the first things people notice when they visit a website. Your logo is a key part of your brand identity, so it really pays to invest in a good logo design. Choose the right theme for your brand's website. There are so many website themes available in the market, each catering to a different type of niche. You must choose a theme that complements your website. The most important thing is that your website theme must be responsive, i.e., it must adjust to the different layout of screen sizes.
Pay attention to your colours on the website. Several studies demonstrate that colours can elicit emotions and behaviours from viewers. So before you randomly select colours, think about your brand identity and values. Translate these to basic emotions. Is your brand energetic, optimistic, or serious? With those emotions in mind, find colours that transmit your values. This will give your branding a subtle way to bring readers into the specific mindset you want your website to instill. Following on from this, be consistent with your style. Once you've established your goals and the foundations of your brand, it's important to stay consistent and on message. Work on developing a style guide based on your initial branding work, including how visual content appears on your site and even the vocabulary you employ. This will inspire greater familiarity and define a style that makes you instantly recognisable.
Think about your site's layout. Visitors to websites exhibit similar patterns when they view content. Place important branding elements such as your logo and tagline in the most visible areas to encourage instant recognition of your brand. Find the right outlets to spread your website's message. No matter what field your website represents, it's important to find ways to draw readers in. With the amount of channels available to promote your website, finding one that is consistent with your brand identity is important. Find outlets, websites, social platforms, applications that align with your brand's values and style and become active on them. This will help you find readers that are more likely to connect with your website, building you a better funnel to attract viewers.
Have a cohesive content strategy. Today, user acquisition is moving away from traditional ads and toward long-form content. Moreover, your website needs to have fresh, engaging content to keep readers interested. However, simply adding random content can have an adverse effect on your readership. So spend some time creating a content strategy, choosing the right theme that resonates with your brand identity and audience concurrently. This will give readers value when they visit your site and reinforce your branding. Additionally, it will help you draw in new readers from other parts of the web.
So, to conclude, currently everything matters to the eye of a consumer, and every aspect of a brand needs to be tailored specifically for the needs of that potential client. Long gone are the times when simply having a fantastic product or service guaranteed success. Today, to get ahead of the competition, companies need to use a plethora of marketing strategies and meticulous branding to propel their business forward and increase sales. Branding your business website goes hand in hand with content and SEO as one of the best ways to attract and convert leads. Website branding involves making every aspect of your site consistent with your brand's personality, from your images and layout to your web copy and blog posts.
Thanks for watching. We hope that you found this useful and informative. As always, if you want any further help, please do drop us a message at info@shiremarketingspecialists.co.uk. Thanks, bye!
Bye!